On my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm the person making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 For real, for real, really real, really real, really real, really real, for real, for real, for real, for real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just why I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. On my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real.
Boy, on a real hesitation creeping in, but you look so good and I know what you're offering. Phone's lighting up, but I'm just gonna let it ring. Yeah, my phone's lighting up, but I'm just gonna let it ring. Is it the liquor in my system? My desire's not so real. Got me caught up in this rhythm. Draw me in, make me feel. Draw me in, make me feel. Draw me in, make me feel. Make me feel.
Good morning all. Yes, sir. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is good. Happy today is Thursday. Let's get it. Let's see everyone in chat. Who's here? I have one person. Jove is here. Welcome. Hello, Zoom chat fully active. Let's go. Good morning to all you guys. Morning. Wednesday today. Yeah, it's true. It's Wednesday actually. My bad. Just testing. You can see Alexi's awake. Everyone else asleep. It was just a test. All right, let's see the calendar. Today is just a test, guys. Just a test. Today is FOMC day. So we have FOMC coming out. We're going to discuss about FOMC in depth today, just to give you guys, basically a heads up about, what to expect and stuff like that. A little bit of Euro news. This should come around 4 p.m. Dubai time, so not during London. We'll see. Sometimes they put it on the calendar here, the Euro news. We'll have a look. We will discuss as well, right? We'll discuss as well a few things, right? We'll discuss number one, we'll discuss about FOMC and UAE leaving OPEC, right? We'll discuss these today. We'll have the discussion about those. While we wait for more people to show up, because I don't want to repeat myself. We can play a game of Geoguessr. Let's go. This should wake everyone up. See if everyone's locked in or not. All right. Oh, this should be easy, guys. This should be easy. This one is easy. If you don't know this, GG. But where is it exactly on the map is the problem. No one? Yeah, this is the Colosseum.
Rome.
Yes, but where in Rome? Where? Where's the Colosseum exactly in Rome, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's gonna tell us the Colosseum here. Wait. We know Rome, but where is the Colosseum?
Okay. Sorry, I'm just entered.
Let's see. At the Gladiator Grounds.
Yeah.
New York?
No. Forum Romano.
Yeah, here. Tony, bro, where in Rome is this, bro? Hello.
Yo, bro. I'm sorry. Open. More. Open more. More. No. Inside. More. All right.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Colosseo, yes.
Whoa, there we go.
Let's
Level
go.
1. Next. Oh, this is too easy. Let's play Geoguessr, bro. This is way too easy, man.
Bro, this is Valencia.
No, this is Sydney, bro.
Sydney.
This is Sydney. Yes, bro. What Valencia, bro? Are you cooked or what?
Yeah,
This
I'm a
is-
little bit good.
I can hear. Bro, this is too easy. Let's check Geoguessr. Play. Let's go. Whoa. What's this music? And we have timer 2 minutes. Okay. Bro, this is like Nepal or China or something, bro.
Bro, there are black people.
No, there isn't. Oh yeah.
Looks
Yeah,
like
telling you.
Bangladesh.
No, it's not.
Look at that. Yeah.
I think it's Nepal. Anyways, someone's saying check NAS, so let's see NASDAQ first. I think it's Nepal. But let's see Nasdaq, what Nasdaq is doing. Yeah, Nasdaq is at previous range here. Previous range. We'll see how the 1 hour candle closes. We have a little bit of range on the 1 hour. Will be good, but we need to probably get above there. Yeah, matches with the 5. Then we can probably have buys. 1 minute 52. I'm gonna vote for whoa, where's it gone? I'm gonna vote for Nepal, bro. Somewhere like here. Guess. Oh, not bad, not bad. Close enough. GG, GG. Alright, now that more people are in, there we go. And chat is active a little bit. Not really. Actually, someone said that. Someone said that, actually. They got it correct. This is the discussion points for today. We're going to cover this, but let's have a look at the analysis before we cover about the fundamentals. Daily time frame on gold closing bearish here. First candle breaking out of this range. We spent many days inside of this range. Doesn't mean that it's total collapse now, but we could definitely is a strong bearish candle here. 4 hours trying to create some supports that we need to bring in right here. This is our 4 hour support. So we are mixed buys today. If we want to bounce from here, then we're going to need to see some higher lows form. We've already tried to break 1 hour structure, but we snap back in the range. 1 hour time frames just about to close here. Same thing with 30 minutes, same thing with 15. 15 is trying to break structure at the excuse me, at the moment. Limiting a lot of, it's very tough to sell at a 4 hour support. I'm not going to be the first guy to sell the 4 hour support blindly like this. I want to see us get below, make structure, then boom, then I can look only for sells. Now, if we're moving on to Nasdaq here, I mean the buys as well. I want to discuss maybe potential buys, but we need to discuss fundamentals. It's going to be important. So the buys you really want to be taking from a lower range here. We want to be maybe trading from down here. It's an interesting thing because we need to explain about fundamentals, but let's do the overall analysis and then we'll get into details about making ideas. So 1 hour candle here did still close bullish here on, actually no, it did end up closing bearish here on Nasdaq. There we go. So we closed bearish on Nasdaq. Daily is closing bearish here, rejecting from a very important daily support zone. This is zone I was looking for a bounce during NY session yesterday, as we took buys yesterday NY session. So yeah, that bounce did play out. First it went up, failed, liquidity grab, then a bigger move has come. We're working towards this previous range here already. Above it we have some more ranges here. Yeah, cascading support and resistance. What that means is as we get lower and lower the time frame, so does the range change. So this whole area could be potential rejection as we're tapping our previous ranges. Closing above here would be a shot, but if we see any signs of rejection, we want to be very cautious about that. I would prefer a 15 close above, as we have failed twice now to get a 15 above. So it would be a nice confirmation to see the 15 above. Buying from lower, obviously going to be better here. Something I would prefer to see, and then we can try to deal with finding an entry if we were to come lower here. Now, if we're going to take sells here, 4 hour time frame is bullish, daily is bearish. At the moment, taking sells, I need to see some sort of change of structure that we haven't had since this market open. So at least leaving 27,175 here on CFDs for me to give sells. Right now we're trying to break above the range here. Some volume coming in at Frankfurt Open here. 3 minutes for the 5 minute candle. We could enter on a 5. I would prefer the 15 here. We could treat it as a 1 hour setup 3. 30 minute, is not breaking any structures or anything, so there might be a chance, but we just need to see at least the 5 minute candle close. That's important for me, and then we have to go aggressive on that 30. Again, 5 minute is going to be more aggressive. Quick look at DAX here. We are pushing as well heavily on DAX here, working towards these resistance here, which should be the same. Yep, on 15. Previous daily doing what? Previous daily time frame closing bearish, same as Nasdaq, and we're seeing previous 4-hour time frame closing bullish, same as Nasdaq. This 4-hour support no longer relevant. This one we can still keep. This is a bit far now. Clean up the chart a bit. That 4-hour resistance we can bring to this one here. Yeah, so mixed bias as well. We have pushed up pre-session, so this might want to turn around because we haven't had much structures here. So if we started to see changes of structure, we could actually see some, you know, sells that come during London open, not pre-London. Right now, taking buy is going to be a lot harder than it is on Nasdaq, as Nasdaq has a lot more range. And we need to see how this candle here closes. Now, the problem is we need a big breakout here to even get a 1-to-1. 22-point stop, 22-point target is all the way up there. So we're looking at completing this whole 15-minute range in order for this trade to play out. I really would prefer to have a 15-minute close in this instance, especially without 1-minute structure. And yeah, yes, Delirious favorite song. I was in the trade and holding that buy on Nas. Top step timed out my trade. Timed out your trade. Ah. So that means you were like in super early then. As someone who has really bad in fundamentals, I don't even know where I'm reading. As someone who is really bad in trading and has been trading for a year, how many pairs do you think I should be focusing on? Not more than 3 in my opinion, and probably if you're not seeing success, 2 is gonna be better. Just so you can start to, but I would say like I trade 3 at my level, but mainly in a session I'll have like 2 focus, 1 backup. That's the way I like to run it. So you can do an analysis on 3, and if 1 looks crap, like today gold is not looking as good as maybe DAX or Nasdaq because we're just ranging. So it could shape up and be good. That's why I don't disregard it. But DAX is trending, Nasdaq is trending. So I rather trade a trending asset. So anyways, we're getting this 5-minute candle close here. No 1-minute structure. If you want to play it risky on FOMC day, breaking high would give you a 5-minute setup 1 here. If this was New York session with my eyes closed, I take this with my eyes closed. London right now, 22-point stop loss here. No 1-minute structure. I don't want to do it myself. Although it's valid, but I'm not just going to take random trades that I put my money at risk.
This close below previous 15 on futures. Right
Yeah.
below, actually.
I mean, I just don't trust the 5 anyways, even on futures if it's closing below.
Just adding.
Yeah, I mean, it adds, it adds info, but I see it as well.
Harry, hello.
Hello, man.
Have you checked
that's
it?
what's
Tradify.
up, man?
Have you checked the Tradify one I told you yesterday? Messaged you.
No, bro,
But-
I'm just trying to get over a flu, you know, and a lot of people been messaging me, you know, and just give me at least some time. Maybe you can do your research and tell me instead.
Actually,
about
there is
that?
a 20% consistency rule and 10-second minimum hold rule. 50% of trades. That's all. Different
That's
from
all?
top step.
Okay, then if you're happy with the consistency rule, then you can do it. It's more expensive though.
I was thinking about getting $50 top step and full porting every trade.
No, that's stupid. That's just gambling. That's just gambling. I wouldn't do that if I was you.
Okay.
Because what type of strategy? I mean, full port is fine if you're gonna pass a challenge, but not just randomly full porting, right? Has to be some sort of strategy.
And with strategy, full port 2 trade, I can pass the account. That's all.
Yeah, of course, that's fine. You can do that to pass the account, but not just full port means just go all in, don't care, you know?
No. With
Just
strategy.
risk
full
higher.
port. Yeah.
Because you know you have to do the math, man. You have $900 payout, right?
Yeah.
With now it costs $89 for a top step account. So you can blow 9 accounts and still be break even. You see?
Yes.
So mathematically, it makes a lot more sense. Now, if you're going to be an idiot and blow 9 accounts, yeah, you're going to be back to break even. But the fact that you can be back to break even is crazy. You know, that you can have that much space, you know, that it's okay to lose 9 accounts and you only give back your payout instead of giving back your own personal money. So what I'd
Yeah.
recommend is limit yourself to maybe around 2 to 3 accounts a month. And obviously, if you're not passing the accounts, then you need to adjust what you're doing. But I don't think that will be the case.
Man, actually, I had $2,700 payout in total from single account. Then I lost something on what is called it volume profile, $700 and $1,000 on some hose, and left with 1,000.
Yeah. Yeah, stick to one thing, man. One system better. Do you take the NAS on personal in London? Depends. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I take it on futures account. Depends on the setup. I like to keep futures account for NY. I'm quite enjoying trading personal London. Sometimes I trade personal NY. Ideally, I take it on both, bro. That's what I do. So even in NY, when I get a chance, let's say I take a trade in NY and it's not at open and price is pulling back, I can enter then on personal as well. I get to be in both. Can you review my markup for longs? Yeah, let's have a look. Silver? No, I cannot review it because I haven't done silver analysis, so no. My answer is going to be no at the moment. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, it's fine. Again, if price closes somewhere here and you're looking for buys, don't be scared because of the previous one, right? We've wicked through it here. You can trade to it and see what happens. That's going to be the idea. I was thinking if that P1 is valid, is that valid or not? Yeah, it's valid, but you don't have to be, like, it shouldn't put you off a trade. I have 2 copy trading, 50k standard combines. I'm getting rebuild on the 6th of May. I'm up 2k. You think I should go a little bit heavy in size and risk it? Just pay for the next month? Bro, 6 days is enough to make 1,000. 6 days is enough to make 1,000. Since you're up 2k, I won't just go throw all your thing down the drain. Because you're up 1,000. I mean, you're up 2,000. You're basically there. Did your parents help you in trading when you started or not? No, because I just use crypto money for that. So we're seeing gold try some downside here. 3 minutes for this 5 to close. I mean, you could take this as a 15-minute setup. What is the stop loss here? 120 pips for 90 pips. Not really worth it, man. Not worth it. Let's see what we do at this level. This is a previous level. Not too worried, but, you know, sometimes we can react. We just tapped it. It's very clean on lower time frame here. If it can give us a nice 5-minute close, this could be worth it, but 3 minutes is some time. But I don't want to just jump because I have to run the 100 pip stop loss. I can't run a smaller stop because if it pulls back, I'm done. Whereas if we have the confirmation of this 5 closing, it's a different story now. I only have to worry about this 15 here. Double check the 1 hour. Yeah, which is the same as the 1 hour, right? Should be the same. But you know, this 1 minute can just keep tanking right now. But again, even if it tanks, it's not going to pay you a 1-to-1 even. It's not even going to pay you a 1-to-1. Unless you ran current candle stops. That is an idea. That is an idea, of course. If we could get this candle closing below, next one come and retest, then we can look to sell on the retest as well. That would work as well. What happened to music? Hello. We could also get a wick fill here. That might not be a bad idea. I just want to see if it closes above or below this thing here. Let's see, 1 minute for this candle to close. If we can get a nice top wick, we can get the wick fill. If it closes deep like this, there's a way we can sell 50 pips, but it's only 20 pips here. We have to use this break even, and it's exactly 1-to-1 at the bottom of the range. So I prefer a wick fill. Wick fill and good top wick, because we don't want the candle to go and start retracing and stop us out. Will stop me out. We might not get the wick fill opportunity. In that case, let's see here. I'm gonna be on standby. Let's see how this top wick looks. Well, at the moment there's no top wick, so that doesn't help. I know there's a tiny one here, but I want to see something more decent. So very small top wick, but it's there. If we go break of low, we can look for continuation. Let's see if we can break low and then re-break the low. I want to see like a break of low, it snap back, and then we re-break the low. I mean, I could scalp this on 1 minute, but it's just not a good top wick, this. Remember, I'm break even here. It's not going to be worth it. Unless I scalp on 1 minute, which is also a possibility, but crazy risk. Crazy risk. It's not smart, this, man. This is not smart. This is stupid trading. Yeah, I'm gonna do something dumb if I just don't follow my rules here. Especially on a 15-minute candle open here. To not wait to have a straight 5-minute push. Not wait for a top wick and just rip it like that. I'm just trying to get lucky if I sell it right now. So I don't want to really try to get lucky here. I want to take something that is gonna pay me with high conviction, you know, because this shit can just flip and then go to grab that liquidity, and I'm the one who's gonna be punished. I'm the one who's gonna be punished. So I want to see that happen, which it's trying to do it now, right? This is what I was talking about. We get that now. So if it can just do it a little bit more, we start to get that volume and it does a bigger top wick, then that's it. That's the liquidity we'll need to finish this move and give me more, because I don't only need to the 1 hour support, I need more. I need volume to break through here and fill this wick, you know. Is this trade based off the 15-minute or 5-minute? It's based off 15-minute close, right? But the idea is I'm not going to run the stop loss above the 15. It doesn't make sense 100 pip stop loss for 20 pip target, right? And even if we break through this target, next target is 60 pips. So I'm still not at a 1-to-1. You know? I'm still not at a 1-to-1. Anyways, look, this is what talking to yourself and telling yourself follows the rules does, right? If this is not proof of how rules work, then I don't know what is. Exactly what I said. This is the risk, that we can go up and make that bigger. Now the question is, now that we're doing it and we're making a little bit of bigger liquidity grab, where am I going to put an entry? Stop loss, I know where I'm going to put, but where is an entry going to come here? You know, that's going to be the question right now. So the deeper it goes, the better if it can retest somewhere up here, because it's just hard to find an entry in this situation here. Yeah, it's just hard to find an entry. So it's not a matter of the idea of a bigger top wick now, it's a matter of how do you find the entry. Yeah, that sucks. So that's exactly what we need. You see, look at the difference, guys. Look at the difference when it just makes that slightly bigger top wick. Look at the difference. Literally gives you the liquidity to come back down to the 1 hour. That's all it needed, just that. You know, but we don't know how far it goes, and now you're back to break even. So anyways, would have been a break even trade probably, because this probably would have snapped back here from the 1 hour. I just wish it did it first, then at least we can trade down to here. Would be easy. One sec, guys. Anyways, let's discuss a little bit of FOMC. FOMC today, 2 discussion points. I had them somewhere on my charts, yeah. So 2 discussion points. FOMC today, what's happening with FOMC? So we can make some notes here on chat, right? FOMC. If we see Fed expects higher inflation, so if that is true, then gonna write it out so we have notes. So what might happen? The Feds are expecting higher inflation with everything that's going on. So FOMC should ideally be bearish for gold, which is why we've been seeing bearish movement. So it's being priced in as we speak. Which is why I kind of don't mind having a bearish bias for sells. Now, if we see that inflation increases, that means they need to keep interest rates higher. Higher interest rates mean that gold will go down, stock market will go down, and Dixie will become stronger. Okay, if we see the labor market starting to become weak, which is the biggest threat, then they might be forced to reduce the interest rates, and then it starts to become that push-pull uncertainty. So then you see an uncertainty move in the market because now we have a push-pull. Don't forget about also fundamentals that we're having, right? We have a lot of fundamentals that are coming into play as well, with geopolitical tensions and stuff like that. Second thing, UAE leaving OPEC. Now this is a strategic move from them to increase the country's economy by allowing them to produce more barrels of oil. Since there's such a supply shock of oil and reserves are being drained at the moment, the increase in supply coming from the UAE will probably not be enough to change the oil prices in the short term. But long term, we still don't know how much production UAE is going to make and how that's going to shape the oil markets because of the increase in supply. Now, the other thing is, short term, it doesn't mean anything. Why does it not mean anything? It doesn't mean anything because we still have the Strait of Hormuz being blocked. So since the Strait of Hormuz is blocked, right? What does that mean? That means that any oil being produced anyways cannot be sent out anyways. Yeah, I just wish this gave a freaking entry, this piece of shit gold, man. Piece of shit, that's what it is. Literally flips up 1 second for that top wick, the confirmation, and then you have to be ready there at the low. Nasdaq rejected from futures 15-minute. Too late. It's okay, man. I've been in gold sales since yesterday, so it's okay. It doesn't matter. It can keep going down, but nice to trade in a session. Mark this here. Anyways, that's the FOMC analysis. Let me pin this for you. I wrote it. I pinned it already, guys. I wrote some sort of notes there. Leave a like on the stream for the notes. That should help you guys out. Take interest in that. Interesting here on DAX here. I'm kind of tempted to short DAX. But remember, before the open, there's just a lot of BS before the open. Where did you learn to analyze fundamentals like that? I want to learn too. I study it myself. I just study it myself, articles online. When I learned it, I just had to go through articles. These days, look, AI is good. It's not the best though. There's some stuff you need to read yourself, but to get an overall breakdown, so have a concept, read about that concept, and then ask Claude or ChatGPT to break it down for you, it's going to help. When I first learned it, we didn't have AI, was not out yet. So I was just Googling and stuff like that. Now I just teach it to people in the group. It's a lot easier like that. I kind of explain, we have discussions about it. The best way is to discuss with someone because you can give contradicting answers because, you know, that's how it is. I thought you only scalp? Yeah, but fundamentals play a factor into my bias, right? When I come to a session, my session bias is also impacted by fundamentals. I'm not I wouldn't mind selling Nasdaq as well if this is gonna play out this fundamental. I just don't like that we've had no. The zone we're coming from is a very, very strong zone. That's a very nice liquidity grab on previous candle. This could just be a short-term pullback. We just closed the 30-minute. Closed above. Let's see on futures how that 30 closed. Slightly below on futures. So I feel like if we create 5-minute structure, get below, we could open the door to some sells. Especially if a 15 closes below here, will be easier. We can open the door to some sells. Also tempted to sell DAX here on a 5-minute close. Only problem is my rules on DAX is trading it after they open these days. So I guess I have to stick to my rules. That's what they're meant for, right? I thought rules were meant to be broken. I wish I could break rules and not be punished. You know? It's like the same in society, right? You get away with it until you don't. Right? It's just how it works. You get away with it until you don't. Set up 2 on NQ. You mean 15-minute time frame or 5? I'm not sure, man. We have this fundamentals of Fed increasing rates could be a headache to take the buys like that. Could mess us up quick. If you make rules on when to break rules, you can never break a rule. That is very true. That is very true. But then it would be a new rule, so you're not breaking a rule, right? So you're giving a situation when that rule is not valid anymore. So it's just a new rule. So you're not actually breaking a rule. Ruleception, exactly. If today is just gonna collapse, guys, if there's a way I can know today is just gonna collapse, then I could obviously just sell and keep selling. You know, but it's just super hard to know that. Otherwise, I would just sell here again. Forget about all this because today should just collapse, but you don't know that. So probably next sells are going to be below the support once we leave this support. That's also the 4-hour in futures. Yeah, so it makes more sense as well to leave that. Or at least test it now and see what happens there. But again, we can't be pissed off if today's a day where we just call, it's called waterfall, right? Some days it just waterfalls. It's hard to know which day. Today's looking like it, but I could be totally wrong. You know, we've already done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the seventh 15-minute candle. So we could keep waterfalling. Cheers, Thomas. We have the 5-minute close on DAX, but again, my rules is to trade DAX these days after the open. It's just how it works. Everything before the open on DAX these days has been a bit manipulative. So previously, like back when we would have only wins on DAX, like literally DAX win, DAX win, DAX break even, DAX win, DAX win, DAX loss, DAX loss, DAX win, DAX win, DAX win, DAX win. Look at that. I mean, we used to absolutely kill DAX, huh? If you look at the results now on DAX, DAX now is DAX break even, DAX loss, DAX win, DAX break even. Look how little trades, DAX loss, DAX loss, DAX break even, DAX loss, you see? So it's really not been a good performing pair at the moment. So what I have found out through my, you know, as any good trader would do, they would go and see why has it not been a good pair? You know, because it still moves sometimes, like unless here, but you know, it's still moving. And I found out it likes to manipulate a lot before pre-London. Back in the day, if you go check the time, this is the power of data, guys. This is why we're lucky to have data. And you go check when we're killing DAX, right? Look at this, DAX win, win, win. These are all DAX wins. Check the time, 10:08, 11:45, 10:05. Literally right when I start stream. 11:25, 10:53, you see? 10:30. How about all these DAX wins here? 11, 10:45. You see, they're all around the same time. Now, if you go and check what's happening these days, it's not the same. So typically back in the day, this would trigger me into a short position. This would be a short setup right now. I'll be looking for shorts here. But this, although now it's working out, has been failing more often than working. And I don't have to guess that. The data is telling me that. I can see all the data. So right after the open, we are seeing some nice setups. What is this? 19 points. Where's 19 points? Basically, to fill that wick. Nas here, no 5-minute structure yet. I'd love to see a 15-minute close below on Nas. That's what I'm looking for in Nas. 15-minute close below. 6 minutes would be nice. So Sharp, I liked the video you posted. Forgot what it was called just recently. The latest video. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a heartache. Yalla, continue the lyrics. The latest video is goated. Glad you like it. I want to take NQ on the combine, but fucker gave no bottom wick. What is it doing? Bouncing like hell? Yeah. A gap up as well. There's a gap on futures. Let's see. Yeah, a little gap on futures as well. Sells from topper range on Nas could be good. Yeah, it just depends what we do with the open here. I saw your latest video. I'm right at that point. You made me see again why it's important not to give up with business. Yeah, the major change that made for me was just to honestly have people around, you know. Takes that pressure off. Because, you know, if you're just solo and you don't have a community, you don't have someone helping you, giving you advice, then you really get stuck in your own head because everyone else is winning and you're not. But when you actually go into like a real community, not a hype-based one, you realize that no, a lot of people are in the same area as me. You know, I'm going through the same journey. People have been through that journey. People are experiencing, you don't feel alienated. Whereas when you're losing, you feel alienated, like you're the one who's doing something wrong, you know? Yes, I don't have them. I'm solo. Yeah, you need to change that. I really appreciated the time in your group. Nice one, man. I'm a lone wolf and I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm not saying, but you're not a lone wolf, man. You're sitting on a stream right now. You have company. Lone wolf is completely different. You see what I'm saying? You caught him out nicely. It's true though, it's true, right? You sit and listen to a stream every day, that's your company. Guys, I think I need to change stream time, huh? I'm noticing a shift in market pattern. I'm noticing a shift in market pattern. Even yesterday, later moving better. Not 20 minutes later, I think even like 45 minutes later. How are you, Harry? Slowly improving. Thank you so much. You know? Like even yesterday, 1 p.m. yesterday, guys, 1 p.m. Dubai time. Bro, was moving great 1 p.m. Look at this. Close below, continuation. Close below, continuation. I just need to do some studying. So I might take off. What day is it today? Wednesday? I'll let you guys know. Check my Instagram. I might take off two days and just go hardcore on studying the market here and seeing if it's a better time. I need to go and, yeah, end of month, but I'm noticing a trend. Like the period when we stream, remember, stream is not a long time in the market, okay? I need you guys to understand this. The window that we get on stream, look how long streams are. Streams are 1 hour, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 1 hour. That means we only have 4 15-minute candles to find a trade. It's not easy to find a trade in 4 15-minute candles. When there's volume, you find shit ton of trades. You find trades all the time. So I need to find out when is the most likelihood in that time period that I can find a trade, and otherwise I set alerts to be the chart on the chart. I really feel like London has turned into Asian. Right? I really feel like London has turned into Asian session, and it's the same approach where you can really stretch it out a bit more. You can be trading from like 9:45 a.m., 10 a.m. Dubai time to like 2 p.m. But in that window, we need to find the best time. And I'm feeling like me showing up maybe 30 minutes before the open, plus 30 minutes after the open, or even like changing the stream by 1 hour, I think might be beneficial. I need to study and see. That's why we always end up on a 1 minute time frame. No, that's more for NY because of the speed. But in London, like we're not getting the same action that we get in NY. In NY we get a lot action, so we don't like, look at yesterday for example. We come to NY, the first 10 minutes of the stream we have a position already. Like we finished the stream in 30 minutes because it's giving us volume. There's setups. In London, there's rarely a time in London where we come to the stream and we have a setup, you know? Are we talking about how chopped London is? We're talking about changing London stream time to a little bit later because it seems to be the pre-London used to be very good, but it seems to be post-London is a bit better now these days. So I'm thinking about streaming later because the pre-London is acting a bit whack. Sounds like we'll get New York streams again. Bro, New York is a completely different session. I'm trading it with the group I enjoyed to keep it like that. I'm not a New York streamer. There's so many streamers in New York. It's just not worth it. You know, it's not worth my time to stream something where no one shows up. Even London is, you know, you can see we're drastically down on the people that show up for London these days, right? So make sure you guys follow me on Instagram because I'll announce on Instagram if I change the times, okay? I'll announce in the Telegram as well. If you don't have Instagram, I'll share you the Telegram link. I put it there as well. I put video updates there as well. So I'll share that to you guys as well. But that's where I'll announce because I feel like that's gonna be the way, man. I just need to study a little bit. I need to spend maybe 6 to 8 hours in total and just study and make sure I have good enough conviction. Obviously, I know the conviction I have, but I need more. I need more conviction. Here's the Telegram link. If you don't have Instagram, my Instagram is Tradesharpe, the same as my YouTube name. So follow me on Instagram. Markets are changing, people are quitting. Yeah, they're just fed up of how to navigate this, you know. They feel it's a bit too volatile. It's a bit too random for them. Honestly, New York session is a safe session, man. If you use my strategy in New York session, it's not been too crazy. Yeah, it's heavy volume, it's fast, you know. I do miss the days where we kind of like... I think people need to watch a recap of what different markets look like. I think you guys need to watch how we used to trade. Maybe we should do that today while we wait for a setup. I think that would be a healthy thing. Only problem is it's going to lag for you guys on watch. Yeah, we have 10 minutes to the open, so it's gonna lag for you guys on Zoom. But let's go ahead and watch basically how a few trades used to be back in the day, and not back in the day, but really how market conditions should look, and the difference of market conditions, obviously, you know. So we can go watch a few trades here. What type of situation do I want to show? Want to show some losses, some wins. Let's go watch this one here. Let's watch this one here. Let's watch this one here. Let's watch some gold trading as well. Let's go to some more recent stuff, like a DAX loss. We want to see some losses here. We want to see some wins here as well. So let's go see how these trades look. So this is how it looks. Right, let's go see the type of setups we take. So yeah, we're looking for a break of high. Setup 1, right? This is London, keep in mind here, right? We're looking for setup 1, break of high. Pretty classic trade, making deep bottom wick. I think it made too much of a deep bottom wick. And then boom, then we eventually flip. Yeah, then we get the setup 1, right? And look how fast it happens, right? Literally breaks high here, and then boom, we go off to the races, right? Very simple. So that's what we want to see, right? Close above and then boom. So let's go see another example. Wow, this is timestamped. Who timestamped this? Someone timestamped this. Shout out to whoever timestamped this. So let's see the plan here. So here we're looking for potential sells, break of low, I'm assuming. So we take the sells, break of low. If it loads, yeah. Oh, setup 1 we take. Setup 1, nice. Look at the volume, man. Look at the volume, right? Let's go see another trade here. What is this? Gold here. Entered on gold buys. Set up 1 wick fill, right? Looking to fill this wick. We didn't reject from previous level. Looking for wick fill. So holding some drawdown, but I want to show you how maybe this one loses. Maybe this is the losing trade. I'm not sure. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, I think this one loses. 15 close bearish, like a setup 3. So 15 close bearish here, but giving us a setup 3. So still valid to hold, right? Still valid to hold. As long as it breaks the high, we should be able to get the wick fill, right? Stop below the range here. This is a, and look at the stop size, right? It's about a 60 pip stop. And then when we break the high, we reject again. And then we re-break the high, and then boom. Now you get the volume, right? Look at this. Now you get the volume. Boom. Now you break the highest high here. Volume starts to come in, and there you go. You know, you're going to TP here in one candle. Strong candle. Look at that beautiful thing. Move to break even there at the daily support. And straight 60 pip target smashed. One candle. Right? This is what we want. London volume. That's volume there, you know? Let's see this. Let's see if this is a loss, maybe. I didn't include some losses. We want to see some losses as well. So this one, setup 2 / setup 4, close back inside the range here. Using 5 minute for stop loss here. We started rejecting. I said I wanted to see a lower high. Candle flips. And boom, back into profit here. We go back into some drawdown. Candle popping up here, giving some headache, but still respecting structure, still continuing the direction. Nice LTA. Maybe it rejects and we get stopped out, not sure. Let's see, but no reason to close the trade, right? 1 minute structures bearish. I move stop loss to break even. As we break through that range now, about 60% to TP, 70% to TP now. And boom, TP smashed, done easily, right? So it's not per se a straight push, but it respects structure. We're getting nice moves, right? That's exactly how the strategy works. That's what we want to see, right? Clean move. Let's see this trade here. We'll only do 2 more of these, but this is good for you guys to see these type of trades. Then we'll get back into looking at what is this trade? Let's just double check the charts, what the charts are doing quickly. Nasdaq rejecting, man, rejecting again, but heavy candle here. We have about 4 minutes. All right, this one here, let's go see the entry here. This one setup number 1, looking for sells here. Break of low. Beautiful setup 1, boom, entered here, break of low. And then that's it. So big target I had there. I don't think I held that full target. Yeah, put it to 1-to-1, break even there. And then should hit TP. Oh. Very close to TP. I think this, I'm sure I brought out all right, let's see this trade. Wow, look at this trade here. This was a straight push. So I had entry here. My blue lines are my entries. You know, looking for what? Again, sells, same type of change of structure, looking for sells, break of low. Sell stop is ready there. That's what my blue line is. Let's see, it breaks the low. Tell myself I got triggered there, breaking the low. Go into profit. Now let's see, a little bit of drawdown. Not a straight push just yet. Let's speed it up a bit. Nice profit running now. Move stops to break even at this previous 5. That's why I move stops to break even. We tapped this previous 5 here. I don't want it to reject and I lose the trade. But we managed to have the volume as usual to push through this level here, which is important. And then boom, TP smash like that. One candle. Done. Done for the day. Man, look at chat back in the day. I miss chat. Look at chat. I miss that, man. So yeah, that was a good one as well. I'm sure I clicked on a loss. Maybe I wrote it as a loss, but it wasn't a loss. So I think this is an extra loss I have in my journal. But we should see a loss. Let's go see this loss here. And then we need to check the charts because we have 1 minute. So yeah, this one took a sell here, breaking of low. Made a massive top wick. Still kept my sell stop. Wick me in. Just wick me in like a dumbass. I think the 15-minute here closed too bullish, man, to take it still. That was the mistake there. And then I needed to wait for break of 5-minute low. That would have been how I would have done. Because that 15-minute is too bullish to take a sell breaking low. So I can see a little mistake there. You know, but I must have had my reasons. So yeah, man, you have to realize, guys, that it is different. You know. Keep positive. Understand you need to adapt, okay? New York is running very much the same, just a little bit faster. So we're getting good movements in New York. That will remain. But you can't forget about when markets move like that. That's what we want. So trading this more difficult, but that doesn't mean we can't adapt, right? That doesn't mean we can't adapt. You coming to NY later? Yeah, I'll try my best. I just need to see how I'm feeling, man. If I suddenly feel a bit knocked out, I'll take a rest. If I'm feeling good, then I'll show up. This bug is nasty? Yeah, bro, I don't know. It's messed me up. That's for sure.
Hello, good morning, Eric.
Good morning, bro. Good morning.
I think we should bring back the lobster, man.
Yeah, it needs to come back, bro.
Yeah.
Sleeping. You know? Alright, so DAX open here. We have push down here, retracement at the moment on DAX open. How do you look at singular candles to calculate their strength? In which context? In which context? Regarding the last trade, in general, in which context?
So you see, one of the trades you said, I should have looked at the previous candle. The candle's too strongly bullish.
Yeah.
That in that context.
Yeah, meaning that the candle, if I'm taking a sell, let me put it this way. If you were taking a sell and the candle closed like this, really big bullish, you think it's a good idea to take the sell. The previous candle is showing me a bit more bullish strength rather than bearish strength.
So
You know?
even if the next candle broke below that.
Yeah, but it's still so for the whole 15 minutes you've had buyers showing strength. No sellers came in the market. So even if the candle dip below that, that could just be a liquidity grab to continue up. That's why, because think about it this way, all confirmations come from candle closes. So you have to read what the candle is telling you, right? That's why we have a setup called a setup 3. Setup 3 is a weak candle. So if the candle, that's the whole reason how that setup was made, is because it's showing you weakness of buyers or sellers.
All right, thanks for that. That's clear.
All good, all good. Nasdaq tap previous 1 hour. Gold trying to change structure. Bro, you're still sick from last week? Yeah, man, it's the same flu, bro. It's been a freaking nightmare, bro. Nightmare. Absolute nightmare. I got better, and then I got sick again. So, I don't know. Something going around. Even Tony is sick. We'll call it the trading flu, guys. We'll call it the trading flu. That's the new name for it. The trading flu. We'll call it the bearish flu, because it's the T virus. We'll call it the bearish virus. The bearish virus. It's not bullish, I'll tell you that much. Is a weak bullish 4 hour good enough to make bias mix on gold? Again, remember, trading is not like that. Technically, yes, but tell the story. Where's that 4 hour coming from? What has it done? What is daily doing? You get what I'm saying? Story. Where's story? You know? So it definitely can be enough, because weak candles can tell you a lot, right? Like this weak candle here, although it's weak, it's telling me that the buyers have exhausted themselves. You know? I wonder if we can take a bearish 5-minute candle. As a sell on Nasdaq. Gold is also trying to push down heavy here. Gold will also close below. 5 minute for the 15-minute candle close would be worth waiting for the 5 minutes. Nasdaq, I'm wondering if this bearish candle here is a good idea. Not much time. Gold would be nice here with a thunderstorm as well. 3 minutes for gold. Let's wait for gold. I'll just go to the toilet in the meantime. One sec. Pretty deep here on gold. It's a big 15. I wanted it kind of to close here. No 1 minute structure. Retest. Didn't break the lows yet. Come back to that zone. No, we broke out. We broke out. That's the difference. We were at the bottom, but now we broke out. So we have range to down here, but I'm trying to see if I can get in on a retest entry. I want to see a reaction somewhere from here, and then I can look for a short from somewhere inside here. Whoa, why is it put the drawing like this? So let's see now if we can get a reaction from somewhere here. And then I can maybe look for a short. You know what? I can also catch the continuation trade. Yeah, that's going to be smarter. I'll look for a sell re-breaking this low, stop loss back inside the range here. Keep it simple like that. Small stop loss. Stop loss above current candle? No, just back inside this range. So back inside this range. But it needs to break the low. Then we can go for wick fill. This will retest this area here already. Then I can look for the continuation down. So let's see if it breaks. Should have me in. Yes. About 38. Back inside the 5-minute range. Nice. You have optional break even here as well. Five-minute open here as well. All right, that stopped me up, break even. Yeah, I gave it a shot, guys. Gave it a shot. Maybe I can hold, but I don't want to risk it selling at the lows. I'm just going to play it tight. I'm not sure if we're going to get a deep pullback here that will stop me out anyway. So I wanted to play it tight. So yeah, keep it chill. It was a good push. How much did we see? We saw here 20 pips. We just needed like 10 pips more, 16 pips more, sorry. Would have got a 1-to-1. Again, we had a big push already today, so I can't be upset, but I think it was worth the try just to get a little bit of continuation. I'm not saying it won't continue, but I can't afford to hold deep pullbacks with my stop loss just here. If my stop loss was up here, yeah, who cares? But I'm not going to run a stop loss, you know, 100 pips. Even though it can play out for another 100 pips, yes, no problem. But who knows, right? If I'm going to do that, then I should just take this one here and put 100 pip stop loss from the beginning. So I think it was worth a shot. I'm happy to go break even, like I said. That's just my idea. Again, like I'm saying, as long as we respect 1 minute structure here, we're going to continue down. But I don't want to hold drawdown because remember my stop loss is here. So the minute I break 1 minute structure, I'm going to hit stop loss. If I ran a bigger stop loss, I'm safer to hold a pullback, but not in this position. Depending on where you run stop loss depends if you can go break even or not. Yeah, I can't afford to hold the pullbacks to retest the 5 minute range. And also if it does pull back here, maybe it doesn't and it just continues down and hits TP anyways. But let's say it does pull back, I can get entries from up there as well, you know. So that's how it is. And yeah, I just chose break even instead. I'm pretty low risk on it, so I allowed it to retest now. I managed above the 5 to give it another chance. Above the 5 minute candle. What is the 5 minute candle? Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. That's valid there as well, breaking the 1 minute. You know, that's another way. How do you determine when to put stop loss back in the range? Well, my idea in this trade is that we are moving down here on price. And if today is going to be a day where price just collapses, I want to be part of that. And normally that just happens straight. We just keep dumping all day. We had a little bit of pause. This candle liquidity grabbed. If I take the classic setup 1 here, I have to run 100 pip stop loss. But for me, it's not worth to run 100 pip stop loss because look at the size of the move we've had. So let me try optimize my stop loss to see if today is going to be a day where it collapses, then I should be able to try to get you know, in a good push here. So once I saw the 5 minute open, I didn't enter. I wanted it to retest into that zone. Once price retests into this zone, it gives me confirmation that if we reject it, only if we reject it, then I can see some downside, right? So I waited for price to reject it and I said that's the rejection. If price is not going to continue, then we should not need to break above where it rejected, so I can keep stop loss there. like I said, now it's going towards TP. I think now it has a very high chance to go to TP. If it comes back to entry now, I don't think it would be 100% worth holding it. I don't see a reason for it to randomly reject right now. We are at very close to a key level, so we might want to reject at the key level, which is a little bit higher, around 57 here. 75, 57, 75. So yeah, before that I don't. Yeah, so it tapped that zone now. This is the only chance where it can reject. If not, it should be clean sailing down. So clean sailing down, and then that would be the position. So winning position, but I made a decision. Is it the right decision? We can't really say what's right and wrong when we're selling lows. So yeah, anyways, I'm calling it. Have a good day, guys. Much love. Take care. Appreciate you all, and catch you guys hopefully soon. Congrats to those who hold. Few of the guys in the group ended up holding. So yeah, that should be TP now, clearly smashed there. So yeah, cheers guys, take care, and see you very, very soon, hopefully. Be alert on my Instagram. I will be talking about what I change, and yeah, see you guys.